Horror movies, I instantly die. See, look, last time we reacted to some shit like horror movies I could survive, I feel like this is a more valid one. I ain't gotta say too much. It's a little loud though.
Now we have finally entered the month of October. And with October comes one of the best seasons of all time. Something we all mess with. Something that probably makes us all feel great and thrive in our lives. Something that can take away the depression completely away from somebody as if it never happened and make them the happiest they've ever been.
Right.
And that is horror! Now I'm gonna keep it 100 in. When it comes to different media, I hate horror, man. It's not my shit. I don't mess with it at all, man. If you're a person who can sit in the dark alone by themselves and watch a dark horror movie like The Conjuring or Smile and not get shook at it, you're a weirdo. I'm not gonna lie. You're a sicko.
Isn't the whole point of horror movies to be shook by it though? You know, so like, that's my whole psychology. If I'm watching a horror movie and I get scared by it, I'm like, okay, it's doing its job. I'm not about to sit there and act like I'm not scared of a horror movie, you know?
You're probably a murderer in disguise, you fiend. Get on my side, man. But for real though, I've watched a decent amount of horror movies in my life, and most of them are low-key good and interesting. When you watch it in broad daylight, I don't ever watch horror movies late at night. What do you think this is? That's what gets people overthinking, thinking a murderer is about to bust up in their crib. It's mad. But with some of the horror movies I've watched by myself and the different YouTube videos on people giving their opinions saying how they can survive certain horror movies, or just straight up box with the villains in a fight as if these men were even on the same playing field.
Bro! Okay, he's seen the videos too. He's seen the videos too. Okay.
Get smoked, you liar. You have no chance. But it got me thinking, what about a video about horror movies that you would definitely die in? Movies where plot armor wouldn't come to save you like it does with the MC and you get finessed in the first 10 seconds. Movies where living comfy in your crib would be your biggest downfall and now you have to have a one-on-one with a demon. Movies where you think it would be the easiest to survive, but in reality, you probably end it yourself. And I thought I would bring up some movies I've seen that definitely fit these categories, because you know, most horror movies hold you in the end. You ain't meant to win them, man. It's rigged. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. Beginning with
Saw.
Now, I'm not gonna lie here, I've only seen a couple of Saw movies. The first 3 since they were all on Netflix, and then a while back I watched Jigsaw and Saw X. But I definitely have enough receipts to talk about these movies. Hopefully we're all familiar with the Saw series. If not, let me break it down for you. So in Saw, you get people who get put into scenarios
I don't think I ever watched Saw low-key,
which in the first movie is known as a man named John Kramer, who's out here putting certain types of bad people like criminals, addicts, or just straight up dickheads into death traps. And his whole ideology behind this is that he says he's out here testing their will to survive. And he sits in his chair justifying it, saying that he's not a murderer as he's giving you an option to survive, acting as a means of justice towards certain people whose lives got messed over by the same people Jigsaw put into the traps. Which would make sense if Jigsaw wasn't out here rigging this shit, cause you'll never win, he's a liar. This guy's the most bullshit murderer I've ever seen. He literally abducts people and puts them in hold scenarios where there's no way of coming out, you're finished. For example, in Saw 1, we have the iconic reverse bear trap, which Amanda Young was put in by Kramer to test her. And luckily enough, she was able to win and get the trap off her head. But to do this, she had to kill her cellmate by stabbing him in the stomach while he was still alive.
So the whole thing about Saw is you either become a fucking murderer or you die. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I'm catching so much bodies. Oh, hold up. So much bodies getting caught, nigga. I don't care. I swear to God, I'm slicing niggas' navels. I'm living regardless. But like, another thing about Saw, I feel like I'm not like really. What you mean he abducts people? Cause that nigga just going around kidnapping niggas. I'm killing him. He getting shot. I don't give a fuck how trained he is. He ain't bulletproof. Just saying.
And taking out the key to unlock the bear trap. Now, I'm not gonna lie here. Jigsaw rigged this trap so she could win. This some bullshit. He gave her the most freest part she could ever have to win. She literally had to do nothing to herself. She had to take somebody else out for her own survival. And in most case scenarios, that's very possible. That's mad achievable. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still pretty dark, but still, you can do that. And compared to the rest of the Saw traps other people went through, this shit is mad easy, bro. It was easy. And then right after this, Amanda goes ahead to become the apprentice to Jigsaw, who is also out here designing and holding people by putting them in certain death traps they definitely wouldn't win. And right after this trap, you see the rest of them throughout the movies? Yeah, end it all, man. The next I want to bring to your attention is the flammable jelly trap. And in this trap, Jigsaw's put a man in a room and has poisoned him. And the only way to get the antidote is to get into the safe. But to get into the safe, you have to find a combination. And the combination is somewhere on the walls of the room. Now, in the room, it's dark as shit. So to even read the walls, Mark, who's the guy who gets put into the test, has to use a candle to read it. But you see, he's covered in jelly. that can light him on fire.
Oh.
Not to mention, Jigsaw put broken glass on the floor, and that was definitely put there on purpose to
This
make this guy
nigga's such a
stumble. Now in this
dickhead.
trap, what the hell can you do, man? You're walking on broken glass, cutting up your feet, which is most likely gonna mess up your balance. Then on top of that, you have to go around the room with a candle that can burn you alive if you even face the light a little bit towards you. And the worst bit about this,
the thing about Jigsaw though, it ain't even about whether or not you can survive. Well, it definitely is about that, but it's more about willpower. Most of it, like traps like this, that requires willpower, if anything. Like, niggas like me stepping over broken glass, torch in hand, I'm dying. I ain't gonna lie. You thought if I say I'm living? No, nigga, I'm dead as fuck. But like, same time, you feel me? I'm like, I don't think I don't know. I feel like I would avoid situations like this before I even get close to being in them.
the whole logic behind it, the thinking process, the crazy idea that drove Kramer to put him in this trap in the first place was because the man missed work. This man just wasn't pulling up to his corporate job, which I know for a fact millions of people do. Everybody bunks shit. I never joined my lessons in lockdown. I was out here playing OG Fortnite. I was never going to school. And just because he didn't go to work, he killed him. He's a hater, man. How is this justice? Giant corporations are evil anyway. Kramer, you might as well admit you're part of them. You're evil. The possible chance that you would survive the flammable death trap is the 1%. I'll give you the 1 because, you know, RNG can come a lot sometimes. You might pull through. But you
it's not 1%.
The
It's way higher than that.
Amanda went through is a 40% chance. Because even though it's one of the easiest ones to get through, you only have 1 minute to get it done. And you also have to kill somebody. And your mental state is definitely going to be mashed up. Your brain will probably start doing backflips, getting you to waste time. So in turn, you probably just waste enough time to get packed. You're finished there. And then there's a lot more other traps throughout the entire series that just full on hold everyone. Like the bathroom in the first movie, you had to chop your leg off. But as soon as you do that, you will die, bro. You'll probably bleed to death. You'll pass out. The angel trap, finished. Because even if you somehow get the key out of the acid, the key probably would have dissolved so much because at first you probably hesitate to get it. Then by the time you actually get the key out, it wouldn't work anymore. So it's unbeatable. It's some bullshit. And John himself just makes shit mad personal. Because in Saw 2, throughout the whole movie, he just wanted to get at Eric Matthews by using his son. And he put his son into a game. And compared to everybody else who was there, he didn't do nothing. And you know how old he was when he was in the game? He was 14. What shit could a 14-year-old do? So what was the point of using him when Kramer is enough of a genius and had Amanda working beside him that he could have just kidnapped Eric somewhere else? How did it end up with him taking his son? Or he could have died in there. That's mad. This is the same guy who says he acts out of justice, but then he went for a kid. He's a sicko, man. Get him out of here. But look though, there's a bunch of traps in Saw that are rigged to go against you. Like the whole game in itself is like a 30-70 chance of survival. The odds are against you from jump. Like you're better off sleeping in the corner than you are to try and survive.
Like,
just let it happen to you. Cause this
the average person definitely not surviving the Saw movie. I don't even think I'd survive a Saw movie unless I had like amazing RNG stacked up on my side. But like that's damn near impossible, especially with Saw. And if y'all were in the Saw movie, what do y'all think this nigga would like have y'all there for? You know, like think of the most fucked up shit you've done. If I was in the Saw movie, this nigga probably like having me there for talking shit on 2K or some shit. I ain't lying to you, cause I be violating. I ain't gonna lie, especially when I'm winning, nigga. I could be losing and I'm still talking shit. Cause when I'm losing, it's usually not my fault. I'm not gonna hold you. So, yeah, nah, I be talking cash shit to this nigga. Cash shit. If he was on the other side.
guy doesn't even want you to think that you can win. As soon as he puts you in the game, he might as well just shot you in the face. His games are fake. He wants you to die. And if I was a player in Jigsaw's traps, well, hopefully I wouldn't be. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't do shit. Now, when it comes to A Quiet Place, it looks like it's not that hard to survive. I'll be so real. Once again, I haven't seen all the movies, only the first one. But from what I've seen, is that all you have to do is stay quiet, move in silence, don't move a muscle, and take a vow to never speak or move a certain way for the rest.
Thing is, like, with The Quiet Place, it's not even necessarily like I can't be quiet. Because I'm more quiet than I am talking, believe it or not. But, like, nigga, say for example, I mean, I have quiet farts too, low-key, though. But say, for example, I got to piss or some shit, though. All you hear is... Okay, my piss don't sound like cymbals. My shit sound like a constant flow of motion, right? But, like, say, for example, I'm in a quiet place. Nigga, most things I do make a noise. How the fuck do you even really win in that movie? Because isn't it like demons hunting you down? Or am I tripping?
It's your life. Yeah, that's impossible. Even though the bar to survive in this movie compared to most horror is definitely lower, it's tedious as hell. You have to consistently stay quiet, otherwise you will die. The family in the movie were walking outside with no shoes. That's how bad it is. So for me to even think I have a chance of surviving in a quiet place, I'm cooked. You mean to tell me if I was taking a fat number 2, as soon as it hits the water, the aliens are just gonna come finesse my head top? What are we talking about here? It's unsustainable to be that quiet for so long. It's not about it being a difficult world to move through. In fact, the world itself doesn't even look that bad. The family looked like they had a good situation going on with their farm. They were eating dinner normally. They were playing board games. And they even play music sometimes through their earphones. Like, it looked calm. But then as soon as you do something like fart in your sleep, you're dead. And as a normal person, there is no way you'd solo a death angel. These men are built different. They're out here running at top speeds like how men move when they're getting chased. They can cut through practically anything easily with them finessing the car in the movie. They're bulletproof, which means even if you find a gun, it wouldn't work on them. It would just get you deleted. And then they have super echolocation. So it's like they can see with their hearing. So to the average person, they're stacked. You ain't surviving. I mean, don't get me wrong.
What is these niggas' weakness then? Like, how do you genuinely win in this movie? How did they survive?
I'd probably be tempted to slap one in the face. They're just a lanky xenomorph. I'd be way too curious. This shit would definitely get me killed. But it's more so that in these grounds, they're dominating. It's like being Michael Jordan in '96. You be smoking everyone. Also, you can't afford to be tempted to do anything and everything in this world that will make any noise. If I was out here in an apocalyptic supermarket and I saw a bag of Sensations Thai sweet chili crisps, you might need to listen to me. Lock in here because these crisps are heaven. It has a perfect crunch to it. The sweet chili is amazing and it's just an enjoyable and different experience. Is what you should write on my tombstone, because I'm eating them, man. If I want to make some fried chicken, I'm probably gonna die as well. If I owned a farm and on that farm I had a bunch of different animals,
I even think about that shit for real. You can't cook nothing good, bro, because everything you cook requires sound. Like, since they have such sensitive hearing or echolocation, could you use that against them maybe? But even then, I don't know.
cows and chickens. If I was milking a cow and it goes moo, I'm dead. If I were to open a door and it creaks, I'm dead. If me and my wife are about to get passionate, intimate, get into the business and preserve the human race, I'm gonna die. What you want to do here, man? There's only so much I can't do. I'm just a man. And let's say by God's grace you had the deaf angel's weakness, which is any high frequency sound like the door used without hearing it. Even then, you would still die, because God forbid that whatever sound you use would only work on a deaf angel that's near or in front of you. As soon as you kill that one, like in the movie, more would come running for you. They'll be out here sprinting at 99 miles per hour to come and finesse you. They have numbers, so it's over. Best case scenario is if you get the same exact outcome as the mother and daughter did, with her just being able to blind the alien right after they start hearing the sound. But then right after that happens, just accept your fate, bro. You're finished. Look, I'm not saying that Quiet Place is a hard world to survive in. It's just difficult and annoying to be consistently
I'm not about to act like I'm not surviving this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Cause like, first and foremost, I ain't got a lot of high frequency shit that could go loud as possible, you know? Most I got is a volume boost. Yeah, I'm in school. Ain't you gonna get in trouble if you're on your phone? Nigga. But most loud thing I got is a volume boost. Like, okay, the only way I think you can really counter this is if you have constant loud noises going on all over the place at once. But then they would just break that loud noise. I'm doing good. How you? I'm doing alright. Feel me? Just cool it. Trying to find a schedule, you know? Anywho, I ain't surviving this shit. Like, if you have constant loud noise, like, say, for example, boom, volume boosted max on your TV downstairs, volume boosted. Like, why people is actually, nah, you can low-key survive a Quiet Place. Hear me out, though. If I know my shit ain't just crash. This shit, okay, hold on, YouTube. It's like, nigga, tell me why the moment this nigga Geneva come in the chat, all of my Wi-Fi go out. Shorty supposed to be in school. She just fucking booted me off the internet, nigga. The fuck? Damn. I forgot I was even talking. Oh yeah. Damn, that shit. Like literally everything went off, bro. I swear to God. But yeah. If everybody at the start of the Quiet Place, well, it's not like you wouldn't know how to counter them, obviously. So like I can't blame them for that. Like, theoretically, if niggas did know how to counter, if everybody in the world had, like, loud noises going on at once, you could just kill all of them. Just saying. She crazy.
Apocalyptic places like The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, or flipping Daybreak, you have a better chance of surviving in a quiet place than these others. Because in those shows, you have to navigate zombies who could see and hear you. It's double trouble. And even though they're not bulletproof and die
Zombies
much
not
easier,
that hard,
you
though.
could then again just get finessed by the numbers. The only way I could see myself surviving in a quiet place is either if I live right on top or right next to a waterfall, or I just pull a Disney and live on top of Paradise Falls. Either way, my life is over here. Before I even go over why I think I'd almost have no chance of surviving Get Out, I'm gonna give the best way you could never be in this situation at first. The most obvious reason that will save your life and keep you breathing. The one thing that's right in front of you.
I'm surviving Get Out. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not about to act like I'm not surviving Get Out, nigga. Get Out is like, bro, as a black man, Get Out the easiest movie to survive. Honestly. That nigga stayed there a little too long, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But like, it was a movie, so I get it. But like, same time, first and foremost, one, I don't even like white bitches for real. I don't call women bitches. That's why I'm talking about the bitches. I don't like white women either. But I definitely don't like white bitches. Like, bro. Nah, nigga. I'm surviving Get Out with ease, nigga. You wouldn't even see me in them white people's house. Moment I know there's something off about them, I'm leaving. White people already kind of make me uncomfortable, if I'm being honest with you. Like, nothing against them. Once you get to know, like, cool people, feel me? But, like, a lot of them always be, like, pushing the limits. Like, you could have a white homeboy, and you think just because y'all close, he could say the N-word and shit. But, like, you know, it's just some shit, like, I just rather just have avoided than even putting myself in the situation. But that's just me personally. I'm surviving the fuck out of Get Out, though. Niggas couldn't act like I wasn't.
That makes the most sense is to just not be tempted by the snow. And I know what you think I'm asking of you is crazy and impossible.
It's
but
not,
trust me,
neither.
as a young black man, I know how hard it is to be tempted by the white chocolate. I know from my previous ventures, sometimes you get too addicted to it. But my brothers, we must learn to leave that kind of food behind. Because white chocolate is full of a bunch of food coloring, chemicals, and preservatives. Whereas dark chocolate is all natural and comes straight from the trees. My brothers, stay strong, because we must be free, man. We must be free. But anyways, let's say I wasn't Get Out. It's over, man. I'm dying. When it comes down to it, if you were in Chris's scenario and got invited down to go see your girlfriend's family, you probably wouldn't think anything of it at first. You would take her word for it. Unless it became so bait that they were trying to con you into taking over your body, when at the start of the movie, it wasn't even like that. They greeted him nicely and came off as a no.
See, that's not even the thing, though. Like, I wouldn't even say I would get why them niggas is being weird. I would just think they was racist. Feel me? In a house with a bunch of white people, and they got black workers in like 90s attire and shit like that. Only black workers. Nigga, I'm going. Like, I peep shit so quick, nigga. You can't convince me I'm not.
More family. Even when her brother started moving.
That's why the title says horror movies. I'd instantly dying. Not me. This nigga. I'm surviving.
Man, weird during the family dinner, out here talking about frame and genetic makeup. It's sus, I ain't gonna lie. But surely because you love your girlfriend and you want to make a good first impression in front of her family, you'd probably film it. And when it came to other interactions like her mom helping Chris with his smoking addiction, he looked at it as a win at first rather than an uncomfortable experience. So instead of pointing out red flags early, there was a lot to convince Chris that it was calm out here. Other things like the groundskeeper being well spoken, your phone not being charged, or even the Fed near the start of the movie being racist, are a bunch of things that you'd most likely be unfazed by. Because to you, it might just be a couple of common occurrences or coincidences. But then, as soon as you get to the gathering, and everybody out here in every conversation you have is talking about your race, your build, your flipping wood, yeah, by that point, I'd be uncomfortable as shit. They're weird. I'm dipping up.
Why did it take, like, see, nigga, it take you too long to get uncomfortable. That's why you cooked. I ain't gonna lie. I'm overly
I would
uncomfortable.
cut. And the more and more black people turning up being a lot more well-spoken would eventually make me feel like, whose man is this? Go home. So by this point, I'd be creeped out by these men. I would want to go home. And being a loving and supportive person in a relationship, I would turn to the women I love, who is also trying to kill me. The biggest obstacle here for me would be my lady. She would be my biggest downfall. She would set me up and I would actually go through with it. Love is a bitch, man. But let's say I get out the chair like Kristen and knock out my brother. You're telling me I'm supposed to just John Wick my way out of there, make my way through the crib without anyone noticing, get into a car and just drive off. I mean, I probably could. But don't forget, Rose has a rifle, bro. She probably would hear me even coming up the stairs. And then I'm dead. She was really searching up NCAA players and eating cereal and drinking milk separately. She's a psycho. Bro, as soon as you see the photos of her with multiple different black people, it's over. Your chances are gone. You're finished. And real quick, I want to go back to talking about the groundskeeper grandpa and the maid grandma. And I'd be damned if I ever hear somebody say the word doggone keeper. Like, what the hell is that, man? I'm a black person from London. People already assume we speak posh as shit. On some, hello, governor. Hip hip cheerio. Julie, make me a...
I mean, he already kind of sound. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't want to say nothing for real, but like, and then that nigga was talking about them Thai chips. Oh, the Thai chips, they're such a delicacy. Oh, they're so delectable. You would catch me eating those crisp. Yeah, nah, you speak posh, brother.
Cup of tea, will you love? 2 sugars, please. No, we don't move like that, bro. We be on some, about my who? About my what? About my blood clot, yang. It's weird. So coming from a country that's...
First and foremost, Obama, the last president you should be hating on. Even if you live in the UK. Like, out of all the presidents, you choose Obama, the one black one. Watch out.
Stereotyped to be very well spoken. I knew this guy was already strange. And when it came to the maid, she was out here saying the word tattletale. Who calls anyone a tattletale? Snake, rat, snitch. These are common names used to talk about people that stab you in the back. But her being confused for the longest time trying to figure out what Chris meant was like, have you ever been a kid before? Holy shit. And at her first impression as well, don't forget that they're in the bodies of people Rose lured back to her family to have their bodies taken over. So physically they look young, but they're out here being confused by different words for snitch and calling people a doggone keeper. Get out here, man. And when my man was talking about the African American experience, saying it was positive, I'm from England and I knew that was some bullshit. This movie is kind of shaky to attempt an escape out of, only because I think I'd firm a lot and think differently of just being in a relationship until it was too late. That shit would get me killed. And if you were to try and survive this movie, you would either have to never visit her family. I'm talking about you make sick excuses every single time and bring up some next up bullshit just saying you don't want to go. Or you do go, you find out all this shit, then you sneak out at night when they're all sleeping and get the hell out of there, man. But in all honesty, once you sit down to have dinner with her family, you ain't coming back, bro. You're done. But hey, in honor of spooky season, these were some horror movies I'd sign out of if I were in them. If you got any ways you'd survive or other movies I didn't mention, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you for watching this far. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Hey. W video for my nigga Waves, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm definitely surviving Get Out, though. That's just that nigga's problem in specific. I ain't gonna hold you.